Hello, everybody. Today on Icy Tales, we have an extremely talented and dynamic individual who has made India proud on an international level. Join me in welcoming the beautiful lady on my left, Miss Archita Naik, who has been extremely awesome on her end. So, welcome, ma'am. How has everything been going on for you?
Thank you so much for the lovely welcome, Hiba. And I must appreciate the team for inviting me, for having scheduled this meeting with me. And it really means a lot to me. And thank you for the lovely introduction. And I cannot wait to get started with the conversation. So lovely to meet you.
Same on my end, since I'm really so excited. Shall we get started with getting into knowing each other?
Sure, sure.
Yes. So, ma'am, since you are a model, tell us about your story on how you began your modeling journey.
Um, I always wanted to be a model. I always wanted to be a pageant girl. And it has been a childhood dream. However, it could only become possible in the lockdown when I had a lot of time with me to sit and sort of introspect as to what I am doing in life
Mhm.
and what it is that I want to achieve. And that is when modeling came to mind. It was a point in my life where I was working on my body.
Mhm.
It was a point in my life where I was binge eating. It was a low.
Mhm.
It was quite depressing knowing everything that was going around the world and the country. The pandemic really had a toll on me. And it is when I could find that inner strength to, sort of push myself forward
Mhm.
and do what I always wanted to do. Because it was a time when I realized it's such a blessing to be alive
Okay.
in those trying times, and I thought let's give it a try. So I enrolled at the Tiara Pageant Training Studio, which is headed by Ritika Ramathri
Mhm.
ma'am, who is my mentor, and she is my fairy godmother when it comes to pageantry, because it is with her training and her guidance and her immense knowledge on the subject that I could step into this industry with confidence.
It's very, very nice to know that because I'm sure the pandemic and the lockdown did bring good in everybody, including me. So I could relate on that the lockdown got out the best in you because it did bring out the best in me as well. So I'm really, really happy to know that. Moving on to my next question, tell us about your experience in representing India at the Miss Heritage Global Pageant.
So the Miss Heritage Global Pageant is a very prestigious pageant, which is held, which the host country has always been African country, and it is a pageant which brings along different cultures from the world, and it is a platform for young women and young girls
Mhm.
to represent where they come from, to trace our roots and bring about an environment of integrity is what the pageant aims for. My national director is Miss Suman, who gave me this opportunity to represent India on this global platform. And I'm looking forward to it, looking forward to uh, beautiful ladies from all over the world who will be competing there. And I'm really excited for my journey to South Africa. We'll be hosted at Limpopo Province,
Mhm.
which is where the famous Kruger National Park is
Oh,
also located. So it'll be amazing. It'll be really spectacular to get to know a part of the world which is so far away from home,
yes.
yet we are rooted in very similar fashion in our traditions and culture.
Yes. So all the very best for the upcoming event. I'm sure you're going to do great.
Thank you
Moving
so much.
on, tell us something about your passion for acting.
So, since childhood, I've been somebody who's been engaging with stage. I love being on stage. I love directing. I love writing.
Mhm.
I love acting and performing. I love being the entertainer in the room. And it was with great efforts that I realized that I could make a career out of this passion.
Mhm.
My family's support has been ongoing and constant in this endeavor of mine. And um, acting happened. I think it was something that I always had in me, but
Mhm.
pandemic think I owe a lot to the pandemic, and it was the time when I really could see to myself that I want to be an actor, and then
Mhm.
I started taking a step forward in that direction.
Mhm.
And it happened concretely before my eyes when I got into the Film and Television Institute of India, which is also known as FTII.
Mhm.
It is in Pune. It is one of its kind institute in the country, which trains young people in films and television departments, various departments in films and television. And a lot of beloved actors and legends of our country have had been here. It's their alma mater. So they studied here. They've been students from this place, and it's a great privilege for me to be sharing this space. And it's amazing. The faculty is really great here, and I would really like to say this to everyone who is
Mhm.
uh, able to hear me, that if you're looking out for an institute, if you're looking out for a school that you want to go to bring out the best in you, to bring out the creativity in you, I would say FTI is the place to be.
Thank you so much for that promotion. I'm sure a lot of people will have takeaways from that. I'm sure your journey, would have had a lot of lessons for you. So, what did your modeling journey teach you in common?
In common, it taught me to accept my body for what it is. It taught me a great deal about being healthy, being fit, and it just helped me clear so many stereotypes that are usually associated with modeling.
Mhm.
It's a really tough job because a picture says so much. It's worth 1,000 words.
Mhm.
So when you're in a picture, and it's just one picture, and you have to express so much,
Mhm.
it's really a task for a model to be able to do that. When your body sort of becomes a tool for you to communicate,
Yes.
it's a task, and a lot of riyaz, a lot of practice is needed to achieve that sort of a zone where you're so confident, you are
Mhm.
out there, ownership, and you're doing what you love doing. It's a mode of self expression. And modeling is teaching me everything every day, even when I am off projects, even when I am not modeling for something. I'm with myself and I'm with those thoughts. I'm constantly aware about my posture. I'm aware about what my body needs in order for it to be functional, and for in order for it to be optimally functional.
Mhm.
So this awareness, this love that I've found for myself and my body, I think has come across only because of modeling.
With this being said, I also want to know if did you face any criticism in your initial days, or was everybody supportive of your career?
Everybody was quite supportive of my career, and I've been fortunate enough to get constructive criticism so far in life. As I said, I went to the Tiara pageant training studio, um, and my mentor, my ever giving mentor, and my teacher, and I really look up to her, Ritika Ramatri ma'am. She has been a blessing for me in disguise. She's been a blessing for me knowingly. She's just been a blessing in general. I mean, I don't know, my heart just swells with gratitude because there are so many ways to approach this industry, and it's very important to step in it in the right direction so that there is encouragement, and you and at points when you're failing, you have a support, you know where to improve.
Yes.
So the whole daunting task of doing it by yourself just becomes so easy and so graceful with a mentor in one's life. And for me, it has been her. So it has just been smooth and academic in a way, because
Mhm.
I was I am her student, and I could get her contact, and it just has been a beautiful journey ever since the Tiara pageant training studio for me.
I'm sure Ritika ma'am will be so happy to hear you speaking this about her, and I really hope she watches this because this is definitely going to bring a smile on her face. Um,
It's my privilege. It's my privilege. It's all her doing. All the grooming that I have received is from her, and everything that I do is because she taught me how to do it, and I'm forever in debt.
So very nice to know that. Also, when I was researching about you, I happened to scroll your Insta and kind of stalk your profile. With that, while doing that, I noticed that you have a very good fashion sense. So, what do you have to say about the current fashion trends in the country at this time?
I think for me, what suits me the best is being able to communicate something
Mm-hmm.
from what I wear, whether it is my mood or whether it is a song that is stuck in my head or whether it is a Bollywood film that I watched or a sense of dress that I really liked somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like trying things out. I love being experimental in that sense. And I think fashion it's such a personal yet public expression.
Mm-hmm.
At one level it's everything that you do, but on another level it's everything that everybody else looks at.
Mm-hmm.
um, as long as fashion is sustainable and as long as I was just saying that as long as fashion is sustainable and we are mindful of the clothes that we are buying and the investments we are making, as long as it is a wise choice, I
Right.
think one must go for it because it
Mhm.
is a form of expression. It is how you communicate with yourself and the world.
Yes. So, do you have any advice for people to, up their fashion games and be on point always?
Um, it's about comfort as well. It's about doing what you feel most natural in, and that becomes a statement. That becomes who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to be mindful of what you want to project,
Mm-hmm.
what you want to say to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Trying something new or going out of your comfort zone, as adventurous as it might sound, is not always a cup of tea for everybody.
Right.
I'd say do what you do
Mm-hmm.
and be comfortable, be happy in what you wear. As long as you're happy and you're carrying any outfit gracefully,
Mm-hmm.
uh, that's all that matters.
Very, very beautifully said. Like small things, but they did make a lot of impact. So great, great job on that. As of now, you are a model. So what are your future goals or plans in life?
I am currently doing my master's here at Film and Television
Okay.
Institute. I'm training as an actor,
Mm-hmm.
and for the near future, I aspire to um, represent the country
Mm-hmm.
at the Miss Heritage Global Pageant. And onwards, I look forward to writing and directing short films, short plays, and acting in advertisements and films. I'd love to play roles in regional films,
Mm-hmm.
not just in Hollywood, because I think as an actor, it's a challenge to learn a new language and to push yourself like that. So I think my passion is really acting, and I try to improve on my craft.
Mm-hmm.
And वो कहते हैं ना कि आप जिसको पूरे दिल से चाहो उसको मिलाने के लिए कायनात भी आपकी मदद करती है।
Yes.
तो वैसे ही कुछ मेरा भी मानना है कि आप अगर पूरे दिल को किसी चीज को शिद्दत से चाहो और आप उसके लिए मेहनत करो तो आपको जो काम करने हैं आपको जो कुछ आपके क्राफ्ट से हासिल करना है
Mm-hmm.
वो मिल। So I'm focusing on my passion, I'm focusing on my craft, and I want to expand on any and all levels that I can to give back
Mm-hmm.
to the society.
And I can't wait to see you go on the screen because I'll get to tell my friends that I had already taken an interview of Archita ma'am before she even got popular. So please make it happen. It would be beneficial for both of us. Um, so let's see. With this being said, I think we're going to now come to the fun part of this interview. You are an actor, you are an aspiring actor, and you're a model. But if apart from being a model and actor, what is the one thing that you'd want to be? Something out of the box.
I love to be a pilot. It's something that I always wanted to be. It was a dream to join
Mm-hmm.
army and a dream to be a pilot.
Mhm.
If not for this life, I would, I would, I would love to be a pilot and serve my country.
It would be nice to see that as well. But as of now, I wish you all the luck for focusing on your modeling career because I'm sure you have a bright future ahead. By seeing your this conversation, I noticed that you're very calm and composed, which is something that I should learn because I tend to get hyped up all of a sudden. So that's a quality that I really admire in you, and I've been wanting to say this. So, with this being said, we have come to the end of this interview. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us your time and coming from your busy schedules. Thank you so much for doing this. And from our end and my team's end, I would like to wish you all the very best for the upcoming beauty pageant. And I hope you really do make India proud.
Thank you so much, Hiba. I love your energy and your bubbly vibe. It's really has been the highlight of my day to be a part of this conversation with you. Thank you so much for your wonderful questions, and I really had a great time talking to you. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Same
It means
here,
a
ma'am.
lot to me.